in association with Sports Excellence.
Hello and welcome to Sport Excellence, a brand new show on Eurosport examining just what it takes to reach excellence in sport performance. Over the next 12 months, we'll be visiting the world's greatest venues and hearing from the biggest names in athletics, golf, cycling, swimming, sailing and much, much more. But first of all, we've come to RolandGarros, home of the French Open tennis. Now, it's the only one of the Grand Slams to take place on clay courts, and since 1982, Gérard Tiquet has been in charge of making sure the surface is in perfect condition for when the stars of the tennis world come to play.
Gérard Tiquet works here with 9 people to guarantee the best court performance during the French Open. But how do they prepare the best clay courts? Well, the most important part is to work on the thickness of the limestone. We work on it with a tractor until the mâchiffer part. Mâchiffer is like fly ash, the solid residue from the combustion of carbon and coke. Apart from the first step of the process, breaking the court with the tractor, all the other operations are done manually. After breaking the first limestone, we work on it again, and we use a plane to establish a good level on the court. And then we use a 300-kilogram steamroller to pack down the ground. Then we use a floorboard to create a level surface. We work again with a rake to get some more matter. So this is the first step, breaking, setting the court, and we do this 3 times to get the best court we can. Then we start the second step. We'll add to the surface some red brick, and we compact the court. We then water the red brick so it sticks to the limestone. And then we use a heavier steamroller, a 600-kilogram one, to seal the court, in other words, to harden it. We need to roll it 5 or 6 times. We strive for homogeneous courts, so they're all pretty much the same. No matter whether it's an important court like the Châtrier, the Suzanne Lenglen, or a practice court, the conditions are exactly the same. That's what the players want and appreciate.
Well, with the courts in such perfect condition, it's no wonder that the French Open sees some of the best tennis of the season every year. And some very impressive statistics too. In 2012, there were 62,000 tennis balls used. Together, they'd weigh the same as a white rhinoceros. There are 11,000 people working at the tournament. That's the capacity of the court Suzanne Lenglen. 1.5 tons of clay are used to prepare those courts we talked about. Or you could have used that to build a 50-metre square house. Andy Roddick still holds the record for the fastest serve at the French Open, 232 kilometres an hour, the takeoff speed of an A380 aeroplane. There are 285 ball boys at the event. They'd fill 5 carriages of a double-decker train. And between them, the players get through 42 kilometres of strings, the length of a marathon. Amazing. Well, to guarantee best performance, it not only takes a great playing arena and the skill of the world's best players, but also the technology that goes into the rackets to enable them to play at the very highest level.
Today we focus on the tennis racket. First of all, the expert talks about the new material.
The was always to reduce the weight in the center of a racket. It was not possible with the normal carbon to reduce the weight that much because it's going to break. With the new material, the stiff material, but very light material, we were able to change the weight, the position of the weight in the rackets towards the ends. And the player actually can choose if they want to go with a lighter racket with the same results in case of power and spin, or they stay with the same weight and they create more power and more spin because they can accelerate the racket easier.
I'm a player whose game is based on a baseline, and I like to have a control. And I felt that with the new material, graphene, that is really revolutionary, that the power and the balance is equally distributed through the whole parts of the racket with this new material.
My racket has a little bit more weight on the top of my racket, so you can set with several things on there. So, every detail from the overgrip, to from the string, from the racket, everything has to be perfect, and so it's all together, all well.
Okay, well, we've heard from the experts, we've seen the courts being prepared, we've seen the technology, and we've heard some of the statistics. But what's it actually like to be facing one of the world's greatest tennis players? Normally, you'd never know. But here, just for you, is the sensation.
It's the first time I've done something like this. It's good, at least I'm playing a few points.
Well, that's it from RolandGarros, where we've seen sport excellence at the French Open tennis. Next time, we're going to be looking at peak performance in cycling. And of course, there's only one place to do that, the Tour de France. I'll see you there.
Lexus, in association with Sports Excellence.